All right, guys, so this is going to be a little bit of a different one. Thought I'd take you all. Oh, hang on. Got to fix my watch. We'll have to talk about the watch in a second. It's linking up with satellites and GPS. Very important stuff. Got GPS. Hope we got the heart monitor. Yeah, well, either way. Here we go. All right. But want to shortchange ourselves on the distance as if I don't know what it is. And it is what it is. So, yeah. So this is a little bit of a different video. What we usually do, but kind of a two-parter, like a twofer. I'm going to take you guys up the road I live on, and we'll do that on a time lapse, so it doesn't take the entire 50 minutes or whatever it ends up being this time. But this road is really pretty cool. Enjoy my walks up it, and you can kind of see some of the gear I'm wearing. My shoulder don't move that way. Anyway, yeah, what that is, so what I've got going here is a backpack frame made for carting out elk out west, and I bought this thing to backpack with primarily because I'm not a fan of internal frame packs because of the way they lay on your back and trap heat. I got this thing, it's kind of a throwback to the old Boy Scout days, but it's a frame, and at least you get some airflow across your back. But so this is, I don't even think this is an aluminum frame. I think this thing is a steel frame, pretty old school, pretty expensive too. And I haven't really used it for backpacking. I think I may have taken it on one trip, which I need to fix. The idea is that we get a waterproof but lightweight duffel bag, pack all our gear in that, and then strap it to the frame with the fancy straps I came up with. And that's our pack. And then you get where you're going, and you there's a creek, water's down, kind of cool. Sometimes you walk down here, you can actually feel the humidity coming off the creek, which is kind of wild. Anywho, yeah, the idea is you strap the duffel bag to the frame, and then when you get where you're going, you just unstrap the duffel bag and work out of it, lather, rinse, repeat. But instead of a duffel bag, what I've got strapped on there is a 35-pound plate, like a weightlifting plate. And this is what I call my rucking setup. Had this thing, I've been doing this for, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks now. And it's really kind of my cheat code for working out. On days that, either on my off days, my recovery days, I have to frequently stop and look at the scenery. There's some trees. Yeah, going up the road. There's the old driveway gate. Thank goodness we're not dealing with that. Somebody's been digging out the road coming up here. Always appreciate that. I am sure that the, oh, there goes a deer. You'll see the deer right there. Here she comes. Here she comes. Look at her seeing that white tail. She's not too scared. I don't see it bouncing through there. She's waiting for me to go by. Huh. The deer, we are absolutely overrun with deer up here, which is good, I guess. It doesn't help the garden much, but fun to look at. So, what was I saying? Something about rucking. So yeah, this is what I do on the days I'm punk out on a workout. My no workout. Whew. So I've got, man, what is going on? All these freaking tire tracks. People just spinning out. They're rutting up this road. It doesn't take much to make this road wash. Don't even have me a proper selfie stick. This is a steel tripod that I dug out for this. Anyway, steel pack frame, tied a 35-pound plate to it, and that's my rucking setup. And then this rig here, that is a Hill People gear. What do they call it? A kit bag? I ain't got the good angle. Now I'm beautiful. There's the road. Down there. You see it. This is actually still our property. All the way up to that fence line right there, if you can see it. Where the dead tree is. That's our neighbor. And so we're kind of at this big tree straight down to the creek down there. So all that really is not usable. But if I ever get set up with the right tractor and winch set up, I'll at least be able to pull firewood off of there or something. I don't know. But yeah, Hill People gear kit bag, and it's just basically a fanny pack that you wear around your shoulders. And honestly, the primary reason for it is it's the only way I can reasonably carry a pistol with this backpack on, or any backpack with a waistband, because the waistband on the pack negates being able to wear a fanny pack easily. Although now that I think about it, I bet I could put something together. Anyway, but that's what I'm doing. The kit bag is a great piece of gear, and kind of been meaning to do a review on this thing. It's great for carrying a lot of admin items, including and primarily a pistol. There's a shot of the road that we're going down. Again, this bottom, I don't know if y'all can appreciate how deep that bottom is, but it's the kind of thing that if you fell down that sucker, it'd be a minute before somebody finds you. Hence the pistol. Yeah, somebody's up here littering, doing all kind of stuff, man. I might have to get the neighborhood watch out. Talk to some folks. Anyway. So, yeah, pistol, and then got my phone in there. We're doing this, filming on a GoPro. And it's got the fixing to show you guys in the time warp feature here in a little bit. So we're going to do at least a mile out and back, so 2 miles total. That's been running me 45 to 50 minutes, depending on whether or not I have my bride with me, and if I run into a neighbor, we end up talking. It's funny. Got a new neighbor up the hill here, and looking at tracks. Got a new neighbor up the hill here, and I've run into him on this road like, I don't know, 3 different times. Him hauling stuff up in his truck. We'll stand on the side of the road and talk for probably too long. But no, it's a good walk, and it's kind of funny too. So going back to the whole rucking thing, almost every other exercise thing that I've got going anyway, whether it's riding a stationary bike, lifting weights, or doing kettlebells, that's really my 3 main things in addition to this. This is the only one that I do, an exercise I do, that I actually do not want music going. One is I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on. So going back to the pistol, that's for bad people, because you're on your own out here. There's no cell service to speak of. I don't mean a weak signal, I mean there's no signal. Very isolated, and you're on your own. Now, kids, the truth is, we are on our own, whether we're across the street at the Whataburger, across from the police station headquarters, or if we're out here like this. Generally speaking, when you have problems with they're walking around on 2 legs, or even 1, you're going to have to handle that. The police are not there to protect you. The police are generally speaking, going to come and take a report after the deed is done. So we need to be able to handle our own business and survive that encounter, so the police have a good witness to take the report from. So this out here, again, is another creek bottom. Creek's way down there. But up there is my neighbor's property. I gotta figure out where his property, I want to figure out where his property begins and ends. So yeah, here on my right side, you got this creek running through there. On my left, it's a pretty big hill going up. Yeah, I'm just curious about where his property begins and ends. Kind of interesting, all the property lines up here. Most everybody up here is on 20 or more acres. There's exceptions to that, but that's kind of the rule. This piece to my left, I think, is a 60-acre piece. I think my neighbor's on, I don't know, 20, 25, something like that. Good chunk. There's a neat little piece of strip. Let's call that a waterfall. But the water is falling. There is not a lack of water up here. That is for sure. Kind of crazy. So right now we're on this long uphill climb. It's a pretty decent grade. But it's longer than it is steep. I don't know if I can pick that up. That's pretty cool down in there too. It's really, really pretty topography. There's a big old rock. I find myself having to stop and admire the scenery. It looks like I'm catching my breath, but that's not really. There's his line. Huh. I've been looking for my neighbor's property line forever. I just looked up and I saw it. So you gotta, I don't know if you can see it up there. There's a tree stand right there on that fence. I'll be dog. Well, okay, now I know where that is. That is crazy. Been walking this place for a month, looking for that fence line. I didn't really know there was a fence there, but there it is. All right, cool. Anyway, back to the old Tangled Up Creek. I don't even know what I was running my yap about when we made that startling discovery. Oh, the hill. Yeah, so it's just a long hill. It's got a pretty good grade to it. And okay, so there's her gate. Wow, he's a lot closer to that gate than I thought. If that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So this is, except for the very first hill that we came up, right when I got on the road, this is the most challenging part of this walk. I have tried for reasons of fitness. See, y'all gonna think I'm making a big deal out of nothing. But this right here, somebody spinning their tires, they ain't got to. That's just gonna wash out, mess this road up. My strategy typically is to slow down instead of stop. My strategy does not always work out. Sometimes I have to take a second and admire the trees and the rocks and whatever. Huh. That's weird. Okay. So tell you guys something else. Just to let you in on the secret. If you're in the market, GoPros have a lot going for them. Battery life is not one of those things. We're down to 83% already. Been recording about 18 minutes. That's pretty close to losing 1% a minute. You can tell I'm a math wizard right there if you're paying attention. There's some neighbors' cows up on the hill there. So you can see why I like this walk. Cool walk. And right there, you can see where the deer and whatever else have just absolutely run a rutted trail. See that right there? Why, man? Why are you doing this to my road? People are the worst. Whew. All right, so we finally topped the big incline. We kind of leveled out. The pack still weighs about 40 pounds. I have yet to get on a scale with this rig to figure out how much weight I'm actually carrying. might be able to break open into some clear terrain for a little bit. Yeah, the weight on this thing, so figure 35-pound plate, I don't know, 4 pounds maybe for the frame, and then a little bottle of water, pistol, pack, cell phone. I'm calling it 40, which is pretty decent for a man of my generation, we'll say. Another look at the creek, stream, trickle ditch. There's more pasture and cows. There goes a duck. I doubt the camera caught that, but he was back there a second ago. There may be a pond back there I don't know about. There's a lot of things up here I don't know about. I'm still learning. I'm going to call the temperature right now being about mid 70s. It might be to 78. Humidity's low though, probably not more than 50%. As you can see, we've had some clouds in the sky today. It hasn't been super dry humidity wise, but it has been a really beautiful day. Yeah. So in addition to being concerned about the bad people, y'all won't be able to see the deer back there at this house, I don't think. I can barely see her, and I know where she is. Under an apple tree. In addition to the bad people, while we feel the need to carry the pistol, we have had what seems to be more than average bear sightings up here this summer. It's been pretty cool. They don't bother me that much. Up to this point, with one small exception, every bear that has seen me has turned and ski-daddled in the other direction. So that's a good thing, I guess. There was one bear one night. I was burning a bunch of limbs, and there we go. Can y'all see the deer back at the homestead? She's right there. She's, oh, two of them. One right there, one right there. Went out one night, check on this burn pile, which was pretty close to the house. And when I stepped out the back door, I saw this big black blob on my path. I say the path. It's freaking 10 feet wide, then we mow it. Going back to the pond. Get this limb out of the road. Ooh. What is up with that? There's a box at my neighbor's place. I'm not sure. Oh, huh. You don't want to know about this. Neighbor's building a house. He's got some custom beams, and he got jammed up because they sent the wrong brackets for the beams. His brackets are here. I don't know if he knows that. He probably got a shipping confirmation. I might have to come back in a little bit and grab those things and haul them up to this place and nobody thinks they're scrap metal. Picks them up. Anyway, so the big black blob. So at this point, we have been going 25 minutes, 1.1 miles. I'll be dog. That GPS is off because it usually is not registering a mile at this point. Like 0.97, 0.98, so we're gonna make it official. Walk down here a little bit more. Road gets tighter again. Going through there. Oh, 25 minutes, yeah. The return trip's quicker because downhill. I guess you guys know though that downhill, going downhill, particularly carrying a load, but just downhill in general works, whether it's a hill or stairs, it's more treacherous and kind of harder on your body than going uphill because you're having to catch your step, body weight with each step, every footfall. All right, so there's my little corn creek, as they call it, and the road keeps going. There's a return trip. So now we're downhill all of a sudden. I call it uphill both ways. But yeah, man, down here you're catching your body weight with every step, every footfall. When you're going up, yeah, you got to lift your body weight, but you're not dropping that weight on your foot. So if you're going to have a wreck, probably going to be on the downhill slide, even though that's what we all seem to want. So these trees right here, yep, you can see. I think all that greenery in them is vines. I know it is. Those are locust trees. And locust is a local wood. And that stuff is hard and dense. And you know what? I just realized I got my neighbor's gate code. So I am going to pause this video, drop my pack, if I can find a place to put this thing that's, yeah, put it up there on this bench. Yeah, I'm gonna drop this pack and pause the video for a second and carry these hangers up there because he would be fit to be tied if somebody got a hold of these things. I think the likelihood of that happening is very, very low, but it ain't zero. So let me see if I got this right. Yep, there we go. Why does he not have? All right, give me just a second. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Whew. I was lazy and did not take my pack off for that, so we get the extra gains. Maybe skip that kettlebell workout tonight. Check out the apples on that tree. They're about to come in. It ain't gonna be long. In fact, they may be ready right now. We are at, what are we? 34 minutes and 1.25 miles. Ooh, to the hoo. We're getting a good workout in tonight. Y'all already know I'm kind of weird. One of the weird things I like is old barns. I don't know if you can see back in there. I'm sure you can't. There's an old barn back in there, man. That's some fine wood. So the other thing we have to be on the lookout for up here, my main concern is the bad folks, and to be honest, I have not had any bad experiences with anybody up here. There was one dude that came down the road kind of fast, never touched the brakes when my wife and I were out by the bridge one evening about this time of day with the dog, and he didn't even check up, man. That kind of aggravated me, but I don't know. Couldn't even see into the truck because the windows were dirty and tinted, and that didn't make me feel good. But other than that, I mean, 2 years of kicking around up here, absolutely no issues besides that. But again, I was talking about the bears a while ago. Yeah. Oh, the black bear. So, the big black blob. Remember him? So I walk out the door that night, and I couldn't tell that it was a bear. I thought it might be, but he was a good ways off. And honestly, I thought he'd scoot, because that's what the rest of them had done. So I get out off the porch, kind of on ground level with him, and I'm on the same kind of like path that he's on. And here he comes. He's coming to check me out. Now, it was dark enough. I don't believe that he knew what I was. I think he saw movement. He's like, let's go see what this fool's up to. Well, I had a little, and boy did it feel little, 9mm pistol on me at the time. And I reached for it. It never came out of the holster. But boy, did that thing feel small. I was looking at that thing. See, somebody's just coming up here and spinning the tires. That ain't good. So I scooted back up on the porch and kind of ducked in the house. Got the wife. When we stepped back out, I don't know if I got a flashlight. I don't think I did. And by the time we got back out, he had hopped across the ditch and was easing up the hill, heading to my neighbor's house, other neighbor. And but I'm gonna tell you one thing, he took his sweet time ambling off, and that's what he did. He ambled. He did not run. He didn't even walk. He'd take a few steps and turn around and look, take a few more, stop again. It took him I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes to go 50 yards uphill. And he's just like, whatever. But that is the exception of it. Everything else is taken off like a shot when I've seen them. I'm not super worried about a bear. Just don't want to pop out on one up here. And surprise one and get crossed up. So that's the deal with the bears. They're here, but they do their own thing. The other thing we've got though, the other big issue, probably bigger than the other two, is there's bulls in that pasture back there, and never had the slightest issue with them, but a cow will kill you. So yeah, I hate to have to take on a cow with a 9mm, but it's better than a pointy stick. And lastly, I'm gonna think I'm just being paranoid, but it's the truth. We do in fact have mountain lions up here. I am fairly sure I've seen one, and that has prompted a variety of conversations with people around here, locals that have been here a long time. And those guys will verify that, yes, there are mountain lions up here. One guy told me that, I don't know, maybe back in the 50s or 60s, maybe even before that, the state actually brought some up here. What in the world has done this? Is that bear print right there? That is weird. Something has dug out the side of this hill looking for insects or something. Speak of the devil. I don't know. There's my little old hand. I don't know. A couple of them. I'm calling that a bear. I don't know what else would do that. And that was not overly old either. Yeah, the state brought in some mountain lions at one point for reasons I'm not clear on. But the DNC people will tell you officially, the conservation people will tell you there are no mountain lions up here, but that is not correct. People have caught them on the game cams. And like I say, I'm pretty sure I saw one with my own two fuzzy eyeballs at one point about a year ago. Not even a year ago, 8 months ago. Anyway, so mountain lions, not super worried about them. But you never know. There's that line in Lord of the Rings, which, by the way, if you haven't watched Lord of the Rings, like the original movie version, you should just go ahead and buy the box set. I'll say that much, and watch it. It's a battle of good and evil, is what that is. And you know what? That carries on to today. That show just kind of lays it out for you, if you'll think about it in those terms. But there's a line in there where, it's Frodo's uncle, Bilbo, I think, that tells Frodo, you never know what's going to happen when you step foot outside your door, or something like that. And Bilbo ain't wrong. Listen to Bilbo. He knows. Bilbo's got it going on. And this has been a great walk. I did not intend to run my yap for this long. I thought most of this was going to be a time lapse. But here we are. We are 1.65 miles into this dude. And I don't know if you can tell it, but we are going downhill-ish. It levels out in places. You can hear me crunching on the gravel. Now, there's a good chance that we're going to see a white-tailed buck deer. Man, what is up? Somebody's on an e-bike or something up here, spinning out. Just got done doing a rails to trail thing that is somewhat local to us the other day. And honestly, we just do the straight up tourist thing. I've got 3 kayaks and a canoe, but I've yet to buy a mountain bike, which I want to do. I think I want a fat tire bike, but man, and again, talking about my age, a decent bike now costs you what a used car used to cost. Kind of hard pill to swallow for an old guy. Anyway, so we're on this rails to trail thing, and the deal is you take a shuttle, bike rental, up to one end, and most of it's downhill, going back to where you parked your car at. And there are people that come the opposite way. There ain't no rule against it, and there shouldn't be, which is fine as long as people are pedaling. But what you got now is people on these e-bikes going uphill. Okay. The problem with that is, man, these guys are hauling I mean, they're going faster uphill than we're going downhill. And man, you got old people on this trail, older than me, kids, and they don't slow down. So, you know, you're trying not to get run off this trail by what amounts to an electric motorcycle. It's kind of crappy. And that right there is how you get rules, my friend. Being inconsiderate of other people. All you got to do is let off the juice for just a little bit and get by the folks, the majority of folks, and then you can go as fast as you want to. No, they want to keep just hammering. Okay. So I'm going to just get my crystal ball out and say at some point, they already prohibited motorized vehicles, which you really want to get technical about it. Actually, you don't have to get technical. An e-bike has a motor. It's just not gasoline motor. It's electric. But nobody's prohibiting them at this point. I can see that day coming. They're going to cause somebody to get hurt real bad. And somebody's going to get sued. And then we're going to have a rule. That's how it works. Yep. Check the back trail every now and then. We're getting there. We're coming up on my next door neighbor's gate. And we'll be on ours pretty quick. Ooh. So given I haven't done any time lapse on this thing, and I don't guess I will at this point, maybe the last quarter mile, you guys aren't going to hurt my feelings if y'all watch this at about 1.25 speed. That'll be about right on the audio playback, I think. 1.5 may be quick even for my relatively slow talking self. Well, I'm glad y'all came along, especially if you're hanging in this long, listening to the ravings of a madman. But you know what? The best thing about bringing y'all with me, I didn't stop as much as I usually do to admire the trees, and I don't understand that, but there you go. It just proves how much of our weakness resides in our mind. Didn't get any water either. I usually get me a couple swallers of water back at my turnaround point. But instead, I just kept running my trap. So this is it, man. This is peak summer, although we may have passed that a week or two ago. We're going to call it peak summer in the, might as well say, Blue Ridge Mountains. It is lush and it is beautiful. Not really what I expected when I moved up here, but what a pleasant surprise. If you move up here to the Appalachians in that Tennessee, Virginia, North Carolina region, you can expect all 4 seasons. And at this point, I still have been unable to pick out which one's my favorite. If you push me, I'd probably say fall. Get it? Push me, fall. Here all week. Try the fish. It's delicious. Fall, yeah. But I've always been a fan of fall, so I don't know. Fall up here is exquisite. Low humidity, cool temperatures, but not too cold. You definitely want a jacket in the morning or sweatshirt, something. And probably something to put on your head. And it's very comfortable. Usually breezy, not still like this. Man, a lot of these people messing with my road. Not many people live full time on this road. I'm on one end of it. And I don't think there's any more full-timers until almost the other end of the 5-mile road. Everybody else is part-time, again, on pretty big acreage. So, not a lot of traffic, which is how we like it. We'll close this thing out with a shot of the bridge. Well, not the bridge, the creek. We'll stand on the bridge and give you a look before we close this thing out. So we are, what are we at here? 50 minutes and a little over 2 miles. I think my driveway is 2/10 of a mile, so I'm going to be clocking almost 2¼ miles on this walk. That's pretty good. I've been saying I want to get to an hour-long walk, and that's about all I want to put in with this pack rig. But I'll let y'all close it out with some stunning, riveting, beautiful creek footage. There you go. How nice is that? This is back toward our place. We had a couple of trees fall off the bank over there. Some bad rain this year, but still clicking. How about that? Well, as always, appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and we will see you next time.